minutes after the hour now. It has been a week of huge competing headlines, and we have Fox News Sunday anchor Chris Wallace live in Washington this morning. I have been waiting to talk to you, my friend. We have a roulette wheel of topics this morning, so let's start with North Korea. Not only did the president and Kim Jong-un walk away early, amicably, but still walked away, not only not agreeing to a deal, a treaty, a declaration, but also now not agreeing on the reason why there was no deal. So what does this mean for a possible rumored third summit? Do you think it makes that more likely or less likely?
Oh, certainly less likely. And good morning, Lena. I would say, and we're going to talk to the right person who knows a lot more than me on Sunday. We're going to have right here at the anchor desk John Bolton, the National Security Advisor, who was on the ground in Vietnam, to ask him about it. Look, on the one hand, I think the president is getting good marks for not agreeing to the deal that the North Koreans were offering. They have slightly different versions, but basically, in return for partial denuclearization, they wanted at least partial, if not total, lifting of sanctions. That was not a deal the president could or should make. The flip side of it, though, is people say, why was Donald Trump even in Vietnam in the first place to deal with North Korean dictator Kim? That, you know, if you're the leader of the free world, if you're the president of the United States, you fly halfway around the world to meet with the dictator of a small country, yes, a nuclear power, if you don't know what you're going to get. So I would think unless there's real certainty of an agreement, there will not be another summit. And in fact, the North Koreans said that Chairman Kim may have lost his will to negotiate. On the other hand, we're not back to the bad old days of fire and fury. The North Koreans say that they will continue to put a halt on all testing of missiles and nuclear weapons. But this is certainly a setback for the diplomacy.
Now, in any other week and any other presidency, that would have been the headline of the week. But you had this competing headline of the president's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, giving testimony at a public hearing before the Oversight Committee earlier this week, but then before the House Intel Committee yesterday behind closed doors. But now we know that he is expected to come back next week. So what can we glean from the fact that they're inviting back someone who is convicted of lying before Congress and now being invited back as a witness again? So what does that tell us?
Well, it tells us that at least the Democrats think that now that he is facing prison and that he has basically become a cooperating witness with the Mueller investigation, that he is giving them some leads. Now, in the House Oversight Committee hearing, I'd have to say there was no huge bombshell. There were certainly a lot of unflattering and alarming things about the president. And I think in the end, that may be the real usefulness, because it doesn't appear that Michael Cohen has any proof positive either that the president colluded or didn't collude with the Russians, but he really laid out a kind of roadmap of other things to investigate. He talked about bank fraud, insurance fraud, bad dealings by the Trump Foundation, the charity, bad dealings by the Trump Organization. And my guess is that what you'll see is some of those committees now call some of the people he talked about members of the Trump family, like his sons and daughter, members of the Trump Organization. I think this is the beginning of the process of congressional hearings, not the end of the process. And it's a way to soak up headlines and, frankly, to damage the president by House Democrats as we get to the run-up to the 2020 election.
I know you've been doing this a long time. Chairman Elijah Cummings saying if you want to know who will be called, just follow along with the testimony in the opening statement. Thank you so much. And again, we will see you on a Sunday morning. I wish we had more time.
Me too, but tune in on Sunday.
You got it. Thank you so much, sir. All right, 38 minutes after the hour.